Welcome back to the original box set Shadowrun podcast. The Elders have offered their help to alleviate Zamara's increasingly alarming experiences with glitches in the Matrix. Unfortunately, all their suggestions haven't helped. Zoe decides to meet with Waterdog, a technomancer who was unable to overcome and control his abilities. She hopes to find out what she can do differently, so that she doesn't end up in a mental facility herself. Our GM is Max, and Zoe is played by Sarah. We hope you enjoy listening.
Your inability to access the wireless on your data jack lasts for about a day. And it's at least 3 days before you get a chance to go see Waterdog, so you've got some downtime. In the meantime, glitches, whether you use your phone, access the internet, the Matrix, they still come. At least 2 to 3 a day.
I assume at certain points, the ladies pull me to the side. We have a prep, or not a prep meeting, but a how's everything going? How are the glitches? What is this happening?
Yes.
Meeting about how things are happening, and I just give them the report. Their glitches are still happening. I don't get on the internet. I try to keep myself busy. Not gonna tell them about the passing out thing, because
yeah,
kind of
okay. They will think about what new. It's got to be, maybe it's an herb or something you need to add to your diet. That's probably what it is. An herb to add to your diet will definitely help. If not, it might be exercising. Exercise might help as well. So, Sitting Eagle gets the day off, and luckily Lloyd is there to take shift, so he's got the day off, and you guys plan a breakfast, go out, have some casual time. He's got to work on his truck or do some chores or something like that. But after lunch, you guys are going to the hospital to see Waterdog.
Okay.
When you arrive at the hospital, he meet and greets the people at the front door. You notice that it's I'm just going to describe it as the lower wage slaves seem to be locals, while the doctors, head nurses, seem to be all from off island. So you can definitely see that this is, although it's a hospital, and all the patients here are locals, most of the higher-ups aren't.
Okay. Yeah. As we go in and get I just want to kind of see, glance around at the hardware that they have, because I assume there's cameras. I assume there's, they have computers, they have stuff like that. I just kind of want to see where the technology kind of cuts off. Because if they think, if this hospital, I don't know. We'll go visit, and then I'll make my assumptions after I get a good viewing of things.
There are security camera icons are on the outside of the building. There are maybe a few cameras positioned at key locations, parking lot, front door. Once inside the building, motion sensors on main hallways. There are mostly computers, no cyber terminals anywhere. There's a presence for a connection to the Horizon host, as well as the hospital has its own web presence, but it's not an actual host.
Okay.
That's just a front for Horizon. So it's the Horizon host, and it's got a mask on, and the mask is the hospital. And that's mostly that all the medical files are kept in the Horizon host. Then There's all the doctor devices, resuscitation machines, and stuff like. There's a variety of machines that have wireless access that are all part of the network too. Personal comms of doctors and nurses. The few entertainment devices, televisions, access to the cable information, fire alarms, and police emergency alarms. So that's a variety of tech devices you're seeing in the hospital. It's a Horizon hospital. So some of the tech here is pretty good. Just by brief scanning and looking, you can tell that the firewall and some of these devices are 8 or 9. So they're definitely amped up to protect themselves. But if they're amped up that high and the old ladies still say that, pretty awesome.
Okay. Yeah, just we'll continue and go. Want to see what the downside of this whole thing is. Could be.
When you and Sitting Eagle came here, you brought with you some American cheese and a loaf of bread, because Water Dog loves cheese sandwiches, and so you guys are going to make some cheese sandwiches with him and hang out.
Excellent.
When you get up, you see the doctor or you see the nurse. You tell the nurse what you're in. Oh, well, we didn't know you were coming. Oh, fine, not a big deal. He says, So there's some back and forth between them just to get in. It's cleared. There's no questions asked other than, oh, what's the food for? Oh, it seemed, yeah. So you don't think there's anything like fishy or suspicious with that. It just seems pretty run of the mill. Is there anything you want to do in particular before you go with this? No?
Oh, just kind of want to see what's going on.
Do you have an active presence running in the Matrix right now? Like watching through AR? Or did you just do that with your phone and look around?
Yeah, I would have just been doing it with my phone because I don't want to bring a large presence here just because, one, I don't like corpse, and two, if Sitting Eagle would have told me if he's prone to tantrums, I didn't want to bring anything that's gonna bother him,
right?
Kind of thing, because I would assume it would be kind of like a sensitivity thing.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, as you're walking in with your phone, you get up to the ward in which Water Dog is at. It's a nice one too. It's the hospital is about 5 stories high, and his ward is secluded off to one side. It's just like a 2-story, 2-tower kind of setup with a middle piece, and his is near the top of one of the towers. And when you get up there, you're riding the elevator up, and the noise hits pretty heavy on the top floor where he's at, or the second to top floor where he's at. Your phone, as you're looking at, because you've got some of the similar programs running on it, the noise level here jumps to around 15.
Wow.
It's incredibly loud.
Okay.
You get off the elevator. You notice that Sitting Eagle kind of, as he rubs his head a little bit, as you notice the spike suddenly shoot up with the amount of noise, and it's just static, just pure amounts of static.
And I'm not feeling anything.
Yeah, a little bit. Your data jack is like, I'm done.
Okay.
Your data jack is a high-tech piece because it's able to block out 3 levels of noise. Nothing. There's nothing it can do.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just put my phone away and just kind of
All right, so the elevator opens up. You walk into the ward. It's definitely a ward. It's got probably about 4 or 5 people here, from what he explains. So you guys walk through a couple of quick hallways, knock on a door that's open. Inside, you see this overweight, middle-aged. He's probably about 3 or 4 years. It's not middle-aged. He's still a young guy, but 3 or 4 years younger than, 3 or 4 years older than Sitting Eagle. And as you guys walk in, and he says hi. The guy turns, looks at you, goes, "Hey," and you can tell just by the way he talks, he's not all upstairs. And Sitting Eagle walks in and goes, "I brought us some stuff to have, some cheese sandwiches." Yeah. And walking into the room, now you're feeling something in your head. Something hurts. It's like a headache that started to the back and moved to the front. And this room, it's heavy. There is nothing electronic in here. No digital thing on the wall. There's a tablet off to one side, and he's drawn crayon stuff all over it. Art supplies. He seems to be an avid drawer. He's not bad. Not good. He's got about the intelligence of a 12-year-old.
Okay. What are the drawings of?
Oh. Make a Intuition plus Matrix knowledge. Do you have some sort of knowledge of the Matrix?
I have operating systems. I have Matrix security.
You can use Matrix security.
Okay. Four. I've got 4 successes.
Okay. They are Matrix constructs, images of what you might see in the Matrix, constructions, buildings, hosts, how they would look. But the way he's drawn them with the crayons, you see that it is actually done in the same kind of coding that was inside the compiling sprite that you tore apart when you were still working at Aegis. Remember that thing?
Arcadia, but yeah.
Arcadia, when you worked at Arcadia and you tore it open and you saw that stringy code. It's the same stringy code, but it's been used to make the lines and the shadows and everything. So he's basically been writing code over and over, making pictures out of it.
Oh, okay.
You have cheese sandwiches with this guy. He seems like an invalid. The code that you've been looking at, that you studied in that compiling spirit, this is that you've been able to see what sprite coding looks like, and so you recognize some of them to being similar images and icons and coding from what you've seen. So when you're looking at his pictures, you can see that he's writing code.
Does it... Because everybody has, like, a similar... And this is just... Everybody has, like, a signature style of coding. And it's different for everybody. Is this code look anything like that sprite?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it looks like...
You're going to have to make dice rolls. That would be that would be a memory test.
Ooh,
Don't you get bonus dice with your...
I do!
You finally get to use that.
Yay! Okay, what, so a memory test is what?
It's one of the attributes like judge intent, composure.
Memory. Ooh. Hey now, I get 13 dice.
You want to roll or buy successes?
Ooh. 13 plus 2, so 15. Buying successes? That's fine.
So you get 4. No, you get 3. Or you could roll and probably get more. There is no limit on this, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do that then.
Okay.
6.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, to your advantage, you're able to remember a lot of the stuff you've seen. And did you save any of that code?
Yeah, it's still on a drive. Like, I still have an external drive with that code sprite on it.
Right. Did you save any of the code to maybe look at right now? That's what I'm asking.
Oh, like a paper copy? Like, I would just... Not a paper copy, but, like, you know what I mean. Like a file...
File in your computer, file in your phone.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so looking at it, you think, wow, this is crazily the same. Now, the only thing that would possibly give you any other impression is if somehow you could look into Kuma and see if he looks different, because you've never actually looked into another sprite. But this looks crazily the same. Do you want to access your file, pull that chip out, slide it into your deck, and start fucking around with it?
I don't want to do that here.
You don't want to do that here?
No.
Okay.
I'll do it whenever we get back. I'll see if as we're talking and eating cheese sandwiches and stuff, I'll ask Water Dog. This is really pretty. Do you mind if I keep this one?
All right, make a negotiations plus charisma.
Yeah, I have negotiations.
Awesome.
I got 2.
He begins making a fuss. 4 successes to oppose your offer of taking it.
Ah, okay.
Sitting Eagle will give you a nudge and point toward cheese sandwiches. Remember, whenever doing negotiations and you offer cash as part of it, it will give you bonus dice to roll.
Right. Cheese sandwich. I'll say I'll leave some cheese sandwiches for you.
All right, you get 2 more dice. Because sometimes you just have to bribe them.
That's true. 1, 2, 3.
3 plus 3 is 6.
Oh, excellent.
You were adding to your previous roll.
Excellent.
Did you just roll those 2 dice? Because that's all you're doing. You're rolling 2 extra dice.
Well then I got 2 more.
Okay, so the total is 5. Yeah. All right. So he's excited about the cheese sandwiches, and in fact, he'll pull off several of his pictures and begin swapping them for cheese sandwiches and trying to get as many cheese sandwiches as he can for these pictures.
Excellent. I love it. So many cheese sandwiches.
Okay. Sitting Eagle seems excited about all of this, and he kind of rubs his head and says, well, hey, do you want to go take a walk around? And he says, let's go take a walk around. Yeah, that's what he'll say. Let's go take a walk around.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right. So, because you guys can leave and head down toward like the garden area and stuff like that. It takes a little convincing. He stuffs cheese sandwiches into his pockets and then heads out. As you guys head for the elevator, the nurse will come with you because the nurse is going to walk with him, make sure he's perfectly okay because he's kind of a...
Yeah. That's
so
fine.
you guys go to the garden, and it is amazing to watch as he goes down the hall. Like somebody's on their phone playing, and they're trying to look at it, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Lady's on her computer, and she sees him coming, so she just shuts her computer and waits for him to pass. The staff know, while the people who are in the hospital, who aren't the staff, have no idea that something about him, computers just don't work with him around. So it's you can see their faces. You read it. Goes outside. It's nice and sunny. You guys sit outside and eat some cheese sandwiches. He talks about TV a lot and watching TV and the things he sees on TV. Most of the things he talks about are NERPs. Do you remember what those are? They're the fashionable doodad, like you see infomercial things, like where the kid goes, "I have a problem drinking milk from a jug," instead, so there's a cone that goes on your face to, So NERPs, he's really interested in NERPs, and so he talks about them and how he needs these NERPs. I need this, like the silicon lobster claw mitts for pulling the hot pan out so that, don't burn yourself with the regular grabbing the hot pan. So he needs them. Yeah. That's like the highlights of the conversation about the NERPs.
I will, I will play against this. And it's like, oh yeah, I saw one, that did something cool, that kind of thing.
Okay, so fair enough. Do you have any knowledge of popular NERPs or anything like that? Television? Does your character actually watch it?
No. I mean, in passing, yes. I'm probably like late night TV, just kind of when those things actually come on.
Yeah, you and Kat both. Fair enough. You mentioned make some NERP up.
It's a stand that you put behind your lazy boy so you don't sit down in a chair and it falls backwards.
Wonderful. That's a great NERP. I actually love that. I love that. That's worth a temporary edge. All right, so you describe this NERP to him, and he's like, you see his face goes from excited to slightly disturbed and then angry, and he starts telling you that NERP doesn't exist. Those things aren't real. And he starts arguing with you over the fact those aren't a real NERP.
Okay.
Sitting Eagle explains to you he doesn't actually get television here because they can't pipe it in. There's something wrong with the wiring, and he says it in a strange way. There's something wrong with the wiring in the hospital. He has to watch. He'll whisper in your ear. He watches recordings of television.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I just thought about it.
But in the meantime, you've caused him such agitation that he's up going, these don't exist. This isn't possible. And in this whole thing, he drops his cheese sandwich. And when it happens and it hits the ground, he cringes back. And when he does that, your head pangs tremendously. It's like, boom, like a pop noise happens. And you're in the Matrix.
Shit.
You're not alone. You also notice that Water Dog is here too. But what you see is some sort of strange amalgamation of a construct or persona. It is twisted, warped. One giant eyeball, tentacles where arms should be, some sort of agglomerated mass of just construct folding over itself, distorted and twisted. And noise everywhere. It is so heavy in here. I mean, like I said, what was it earlier? Like 15?
Yeah.
So we'll bump it up. It's going up one higher. It's a 16. You've lost 16 dice to everything. And you don't even know how many dice you have to work with right now. So it feels oppressive.
Okay. I'm not entirely sure what I can do if it's so like I would just, I guess, try to, how would I calm him down? And Sitting Eagle's not here? It's just me.
Sitting, you begin looking around. Yeah, Sitting Eagle at this point in time. So you can see him. Every technomancer that's within at least a nice city block has suddenly been pushed into hot simmed in against their will.
Oh my god. Okay. So I'll kind of like reach over. It's like, what do we do? What's going on?
He will try to log out. He's going to try to. So jacking out is hardware plus willpower. And he's just yelling at you. You just got to get out. He's got to calm down. If he calms down, we can get out. All right. Willpower is 3 for him, and his hardware is 2, so he's got 5 whole dice. The noise reduces it down to 9.
I'm sorry, did you say it reduces it down to none?
Nothing. He has no dice to work with.
Awesome. Neither do I guess.
All right. Do you have hardware?
Yes.
And what is your
Intuition is 5, and my hardware is 3.
willpower?
Sorry, same thing. Willpower is 5, and my hardware is 3.
So you have a noise rating of 16 versus 8. You're losing 16 dice because of noise. You have nothing. You need something to boost your powers up.
Right. Or to calm him down. Or to try to calm him down.
Or calm him down.
So to calm him down, can I make a memory test and try to remember some of the songs that I heard whenever I was at the reservation?
Yeah, go for it.
Two, three, four, 5. 5.
All right. You begin singing, and it does. You're getting the song correct, but it doesn't seem to be changing anything.
Okay.
And Sitting Eagle will go, "That's a good idea," and he's going to try to start singing a jingle to a toaster oven cover.
Oh, of course. Of course.
He has 5 dice to work with. No successes. So he botches it, or he fails. He doesn't glitch. He just fails. He's trying to sing a song to a toaster oven cover. Toaster oven cover. You know, to make sure that your toaster oven doesn't get messy.
Can I sing the Stanley Steamers commercial song?
Oh, go for it. Charisma plus perform.
Oh, I don't have perform.
The Empire Carpet. That one.
All right, then just your charisma, and you can default on it.
Which is 1 less, right? Or just... Okay.
He has a charisma of 6, and he got 5 dice, and he got no successes.
I got 1 success.
All right, you start singing the song to Stanley Steamer, and it begins.
Steamers. Stanley Steamers gets your covers cleaner.
That's definitely worth another temporary edge for doing a little song and dance. All right, this will work. This will calm him down, and the noise level drops enough that you're able to get out.
Okay. What must that nurse think that me and Sitting Eagle go out to the garden and we just pass out?
He's over Sitting Eagle trying to revive him at this point in time as you guys are coming to. Actually, no, he's not trying to revive Sitting Eagle. Still Water Dog, who is quite up and still active, seeming to be both in the Matrix and in the real world. His AR maybe it's an AR presence, or that's cold simmed in or something, but it was pretty potent. You've got another nosebleed.
Excellent. I need a cookie because
All
of
right.
all the blood loss.
He is apologetic. Water Dog's apologetic about what he did. He's so very sorry. He wants to offer you his cheese sandwich. Not the one that fell on the ground, the one that was in his pocket.
Right. I'm just gonna say no. It's okay. It's okay.
You guys have a chance to see him back up. You're, of course, and then you head out from the hospital. Unless you have anything else you wanted to.
Oh, I'm good. It's Nope.
Okay. Now what? I think it's time that you do a lot of like open talking so that you can kind of work your way through these problems that you're, because the glitches got worse. Now somebody else is causing you to glitch.
Yeah. It's definitely a problem. Obviously. In the car ride, I guess back, since it's going to be, such a short ride, I'll just kind of be like, what did you see what I saw? Like, his persona is twisted, and
Yes, his soul is very messed up on the other side in the hunting ground.
there's nothing we can do? There's no way to, like, help or correct? I mean,
I don't know how to do those things.
that seems crazy that there's no way to fix it or help or get him back on the right track. Or, and then, like, selfishly, I'm still thinking, oh god, that could happen to me.
He's like, it's not going to happen to you.
How do you know? How do you know? Or I might die. You never know.
No. You're going to make him feel guilty. He's trying to talk you out of like,
sorry. And I go, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I'm just freaking out. This is me talking out loud. I feel like I don't have a internal monologue right now, and I'm very sorry. I don't mean to put those thoughts into your head or make you feel bad or anything like that. Whew. I have a headache. I'm sure you do too. Yeah. So, like, out of game, this is some crazy shit. So
yes. All right. So, what do you want? You want to figure out where these glitches are coming in from? Why? And so, let's review some of the details that you might remember and might not remember. You as an individual, not your character. Your character probably remembers that you've already went and seen Black Eagle and Masked Black Eagle, and Black Eagle told you that you must return to the source, that your injury will never heal until the source can be healed. Do you remember that? That was like game time, maybe like 6 months ago. Real world? Oh, man.
was that around the same time that we, like, me and Black Eagle went flying through the different... I don't remember all of it. I do remember that there are worlds within worlds that the Matrix created.
Yeah, you remember the cool part, but not his mystical wisdom that I dulled out, and you said afterwards, man, that's some heavy Indian.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll repeat it. It's your injury will never heal until you get back to the source, because the source is damaged.
Okay.
And when you asked him, what does that mean? He never answered.
Yeah, he just looked at me like a stern, angry eagle.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I'll talk this over with Sitting Eagle as well. Has he ever heard of anything called the Source?
Mm-mm.
My source. Has to be a personal thing. Great.
Yeah, you know what? Once again, he will point out, he tries not to deal with that stuff. Maybe go talk to the ancestors. Maybe go talk to some of the kids. Maybe go talk back to Black Eagle.
Okay. Yeah. I will... Yeah, I'll talk to the kids first, and then trek out to Black Eagle afterwards. Depending on what time it is, kind of thing. But, over the course of...
Yeah, we have time.
Yeah.
The kids who will translate it and tell you that the source is in here. And that their source comes from within themselves. And that's how they do the things they do.
Ah. So my source in my head brain is broken. And I have to fix it. Man, I hope Sunny gets back into the office. Okay. So off to Black Eagle. Yay.
Okay.
Let's see if he has any more words of wisdom for me.
Black Eagle will... But do you want to word your question? Hopefully that I will give you something not cryptic, but otherwise I got the same cryptic line.
Okay. I'm really not sure how to word it. Like, if the source is within me, is there some way to guide me to that source to see how to fix it?
To fix the source, you must go back to the beginning.
Right. The beginning. Damn it. Who can guide me to the beginning?
You have walked this trail by yourself. All you have to do is turn around and walk back whence you came to the beginning.
Okay. I don't know. It can be Arcadia. It can be the sprite in the beginning.
Well, if it's the sprite in the beginning, you've got it with you, right? On a chip. And you've got a guy right here who heals sprites, right?
Oh, shit. Hey! Black Eagle! I have this sprite. Do you think you can heal this sucker?
All right. Sprite pops up and is here. It's been healed. It has a task left to it, he will say, but it's not his. And so he will detain the sprite as long as he feels necessary, but he will not keep it, and he'll allow the sprite to go back to its creator.
Oh, man, now I gotta follow it.
It moves at instantaneous speeds, so as soon as he lets it go, it's gone. You can't follow it.
Okay.
I mean, you could like track it and stuff, but Eagle will tell you if you want to ask it questions. That would be the time to ask it a question. If this is what you believe will lead you back to the beginning.
Entirely possible. I'll ask it who its creator is.
Okay. Well, the impressions, Black Eagle will use its intimidation to make sure it answers honestly. And so the sprite will say, Da Vinci.
What was your original purpose?
Adoration of the Magi.
Adoration of the Magi?
Yes. That doesn't sound familiar to you, but it's a painting.
I know the painting, but I was like, I didn't know.
You want to ask it another question?
That don't make no sense.
What's that?
I said that don't make no sense. Where is your maker now?
Salvatore of the Mundi. And at this point, here's the nice catch. Black Eagle will point out that the sprite is answering the questions, but has been given a code to answer with. So it's not lying, it's just telling you the code. It's speaking only in riddles. And says this might not be a useful sprite after all.
Oh, man.
So, do you know what the Adoration of the Magi is all about? It's about 3 dudes coming to baby Jesus and putting things at his feet.
Right.
Making him money. Making him money. Your character will know this if you can make a Logic Plet Renaissance art roll.
Well, I don't have Renaissance art.
So it would just be a default on Logic. Because I'm just going to cut to the chase. I thought this was a really cool cryptic thing. The dude's name's Da Vinci, you know.
Yeah. 3 successes.
You know that the Adoration of the Magi was about, you know, bringing the three wise men bringing gifts to baby Jesus, getting him money.
And what was the where's your master? Now?
Oh.
Salvatore, what?
Mundi. Salvatore Mundi.
It's a painting of the Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Also 3.
Yeah, this one's a little bit vaguer because the purpose behind the painting is nothing more than a painting of the Christ. So you're not really sure. You want to tag it and follow it or try to trace after it after you let it go?
Yeah.
Going to need to put 2 marks on it.
Okay. I'm going to have Kuma run diagnostics on my deck. So
FYI, once you put 2 marks on this sprite, the owner of the sprite is going to know that you've done this, or at least will be able to know that the sprite is being marked.
Yeah.
This is part of his system. I mean, best way to get somebody's attention, right? Slap one of their peons.
Yeah, that would not be good, though. I really need to read up on sprites.
Yeah. I am. Both do.
Without putting tags on him, could I have Kuma follow him?
Same effect. The only way he's going to be able to follow him is by tracing him. And yeah, you could.
But I would still need to put marks on it.
Marks on it. Chase after it.
Can I put marks on something? Have like a limited time.
Please repeat.
Oh, sorry. Can I put marks that disappear after a number of, like after a certain amount of time?
Yeah, you just cancel them.
Okay.
It's not. There's no pre-timed marks that just fall off. Just you turn your deck off, turn you back on.
So if I traced it, what would I need to do so it couldn't trace me back?
Uh-huh. Lots of sneaking. That's if this thing has anything to do with your source. You could be following a red herring right now.
That's true. I mean, I don't really...
It's so vague.
It is very vague. I
Yeah.
don't think this is like the real thing, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. If you don't think it, how can you confirm whether or not this has any what's going on?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, didn't you have glitches before this thing showed up?
No, but it was way after.
Way after.
Yeah.
And it's been quietly sitting in a chip on your countertop, you know, or near your deck or in your bag.
Yeah. Well, at least the owner will be happy to get it back.
Yeah. It's like, where have you been? Holy crap.
What happened to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're going to let the sprite go?
Yes. Yeah, I guess so.
All right. Black Eagle says that you're a good person for choosing to let this creature go. It has the right to live just as much as any others.
Yeah. I'm all about good deeds.
Yay. Now, he tells you to seek out the source, follow the path back to the beginning, and you will help solve your problem.
I'll write down this cryptic piece of information. Follow the source.
Back to the beginning.
Back to the beginning. Excuse me. Okay. Still don't know what the beginning is.
Yep.
Yay! Okay. Black Eagle. I guess I'm going back to the trailer.
All
to
right.
Pout. To pout.
To go back and pout.
Yep. Pouty pout pout.
How long do you intend to stay out on the island?
How long have I been there already? Like
At least
a
5
week?
days. Yeah,
Oh,
at
5
least
days.
a week. Yeah.
Probably another week.
Okay. Maybe. After your experience with Water Dog, you find the glitches have increased, and your nosebleeds are at least once a day.
Oh, good.
So do you really want to spend a whole nother week out here?
As long as I have a plentiful supply of cookies.
You do. And Smushy Man.
Smushy Man! That's okay. In real life, I used to get nosebleeds all the time. So, it's fine. I'll be fine.
Yes,
Yeah.
but in real life, you didn't see shit move around on you and disappear. And
Debatable. No. Okay, yeah. I'll stay probably like another half week. I'm sure Sitting Eagle needs to recharge his batteries a little bit.
Okay.
After. Yeah. Gotta head back to the real world.
All right. Transferring from the island onto the ferry and going back into that noiseless zone feels kind of odd in your head. Almost feels like there's a vacuum there above your head where there is nothing. Almost like you're really hot and everything cold. By the time the ferry gets close to land, you're feeling nauseous and out of touch and just really not comfortable in your own skin. But the moment within sight of Seattle and the rain and the grid sensation kicking up, first thing, of course, you notice is noise level. You begin feeling more comfortable in your own skin again. You've never felt that sensation going between the island and the ferry, anything, but it's definitely a new sensation to feel. And it feels like it's all in your head. And to be specific, the back of your head.
Thanks for listening to the original Box Set Shadowrun podcast. Our runners will pick up where we left off next week. In the meantime, you can connect with us via Facebook or YouTube to check out actual play videos of the original box set playing Shadowrun and other tabletop RPGs. You can also swing by our website at originalboxset.com and check out our gaming calendar, additional information about our games, and images that inspire our worlds and characters. And if you're enjoying our work, please consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/originalboxset so that we can continue to bring you this podcast as well as other great actual plays and entertainment. Today's featured music is titled Epic Song from Alpha Brutal, and trust me, the whole song is pretty epic, so check it out. We'll catch you next week, chummers. And now for all this legal dreck. Original Box Set is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial 4.0 International License. You can share us, but please give us credit. The Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership over the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sounds, audio, video, and/or any proprietary material used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to Original Box Set, that's us, to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and/or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with Original Box Set in any official capacity whatsoever. Oh my goodness, that's so much. Okay, bye.